Recently, the Nigerian government welcomed about 15 Chinese medical team, and this met with a lot of criticism as people asked why the government will invite in people that are known to have birthed, or rather, let's use the word. At least the epidemic started from there. Why would you bring in those people? Are we sure they are not infected, probably asymptomatic to the virus itself? And a lot of criticism. People even pointed fingers at their activities in Italy, where they came to advise the Italians on what to do over this issue of coronavirus. Anyway, they came into Nigeria, and the Minister of Health, Osage Kn0, said they were going to be self-isolated for 14 days before they are allowed to move here and there. A lot of criticism and a lot of issues surrounded all of this. But something is going to shock you now. Something is going to shock you now. The Nigerian government say we do not know the whereabouts of 15 Chinese medical team who visited the country. Nigerian government cannot explain the whereabouts. They cannot point to where they are or the whereabouts of this 15 Chinese medical team. The Nigerian Minister of Health, Osage Kn0, said his ministry cannot always explain the whereabouts of 15 Chinese medical team who recently came into the country to help in the fight against coronavirus. I want to believe that it's the duty of the COVID-19 task force to make sure that the movement of these people are investigated, or at least they have someone that will move around with them. They don't just have the freedom to move all over the place. Well, I don't know what you guys think about this. April 8, 2020, this Chinese team arrived in the country with medical supplies. They claim that they are going to help Nigerian government fight against coronavirus. However, when asked about the whereabouts, on Thursday, May 14, Kn0 said he cannot explain what happened to them or where they are. This is terrible. Now, speaking during the daily COVID-19 presidential task force briefing, Kn0 said not all of the Chinese visitors earlier announced are medics, have something to do with the medical profession. According to him, the 50 Chinese were not guests of the Nigerian government, but of the China Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC. That's a construction company that the Nigerian government had a contract with, and you'll see them all over the place building major roads here and there. It's part of the job, or rather the package that China has to offer Africa and many other countries all over the place. In his words, he said, I want to explain that, first of all, I think not all of them are doctors, and I heard that some of them are technicians, but they are staff of CCECC. The Ministry of Health is not their host, so we cannot explain what happened to them or where they are. There seems to be a lot of interest in these doctors, but they are staff of a company, and I will be very happy if they don't ask me where they are. They are not really our guests in that sense, but we have always been able to learn something from them. We shared ideas of what they did in their country in managing COVID-19. Now, this is all they have to say. This is all they have to say. I don't know what you guys think about their statement. Do you think it is the job description of the Minister of Health to monitor the activities of this Chinese? Now we are hearing something new. All of them are not medical. They are not in the medical field. Some of them are technicians. Technicians, what kind are they expected to come in at this time? Is there any kind of job that should be done at this moment? What's really happening with this group of people? Why are they so ignorant? Why is that they've chosen plus they are medical? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. How could they have been allowed in to come see their staff and their technicians to repair tractors or stuffs like that? I wouldn't know. Well, if that is the case, they like, oh, they are coming in to repair some of the tractors. Or are these not the same people that you find in the forest stealing timber and mahogany and stuffs in the forest? Are these not the same group of people that you find on the sea, stealing exotic and trying to fish? Are these not the same group of people that you find in the mines, stealing and trying to steal natural resources? What is really going on here? Someone said this is the worst government Nigeria has ever seen since independence. They are so rooted in lying, killing, looting, tribalism, nepotism, bribery, high level of corruption, deception, fulanization, terrorism, religion sentiment, shadow operation, all evil are complete in this evil government. This government is doesn't even understand where they are heading to. How could they have allowed in such people? Who cleared them? Who gave them the clearance to come in? I thought they were coming in with medical staff. It should have been only medical staffs that are allowed to come in to probably attend to their people. There is no crime in this. If there are people say, we want to come in to attend to our people in case there is an outbreak or we are having reports of outbreak, that's not a problem. Those are the people that should have been allowed in, not technicians. Now, if they're going to allow technicians in, I want to ask, what is the purpose of this? Are these technicians, like I said, allowed in to repair some of the equipment that are not working, so that after the coronavirus, the lockdown, all of that, they will continue their job, their duty will go on? If that is the case, if the Nigerian government agreed on that, that is left for them. But in the case of the medical team and staffs and all of this, are we sure these guys are not even spies or something else? I don't really understand what is really going on. The man is saying, NRA is saying no one should ask him. That is not his job. That is because someone is not doing his job. If these people are here in Nigeria, the government is supposed to know where they are housed, what their activities are, who are they treating, what is the report. This is all that needs to be known. But all of a sudden, many of those people, they act without caution. They act without thinking. I don't know. People claim and believe that this government is built on lies and deceit. And as a result of this, they can never produce anything good, since they are all filled with deceit and confusion. How could you have allowed foreigners into your country and you cannot explain where they are? You don't know their whereabouts. They should all be ashamed of themselves. This administration allowed in Chinese in. This is terrible. The Nigerian Doctors Association, Medical Association, kicked against this, but they refused to listen to the Nigerian Doctors Association, the medical team, the association. They kicked against this. They said, we do not need any of those people to come in. Yet the government refused to listen to them, and they flew in the Chinese team using airpiece. With this, people felt that the government is involved in this. All of a sudden, they say the government is not involved in this. They did not come for to see us. I don't know. Probably it is the freebies. I'm talking about the COVID-19 packages that they brought. That is why the federal government of Nigeria allowed them in. Okay, you know what? Let us allow them to bring this. We'll take a few from them, talk to them here and there, and allow them to go treat their people. Are we losing? No. Let them go treat their people. But have you forgotten that there are videos and a lot that we are seeing out there of these Chinese people infiltrating, stealing natural resources here and there, and no one is really, the federal government is not even looking into this at all. So for me, this statement it lacks content. It lacks content. It's a slap on the face of this group of people that call themselves ministers and all of this. With this statement, I expect that the federal government or whoever is in charge of this should quickly answer to this and let the country, the Nigerians, know the whereabouts of this Chinese and what is really happening. This is bad. It seems this government, this Buhari's administration, it is one of the terrible. I'm not saying it is the most terrible. It is one of the terrible But we still love the sincerity of the Honorable Minister of Health for what he has said. He has come out clear. I don't know anything about this. He must have received instructions from above. Probably he himself wasn't interested in the Chinese coming in. There is no crime in concurring. I mean, relating with other people, but not at the I don't know, not to the level whereby you don't know where they are. And I don't think that is his own job description. I think there should be agencies that should be in charge of this. So I don't know what you guys think about this. It is not his job, his own as a minister right there in Nigeria. He has his own job description and what he needs to do. He can't do outside of what he has been told to do. He can only advise if his advice is taken. If there's an executive order given to him, he must listen to it and do what they say. So this is a joke of a government. How can you say you don't know the whereabouts of these people? This is terrible.